Hello everyone, I am Selvaraj Sanjay from ENH iSecure. I hope you have already watched the presentation video for an overview of the integration. In this recording, I'll be walking you through a hands-on demo of the Okta Org2Org OIDC integration. In this demo, we are going to explore how to enable a seamless and secure single sign-on experience between two Okta tenants. Currently, employees from the WIC tenant need separate accounts to access application hosted in the CIC tenant, which can be confusing and time-consuming. In this video, we'll show how we can streamline this process, allowing WIC users to securely access CIC applications using their existing credentials. We'll walk you through the steps to set up this integration, highlight the benefits for both users and administrators, and demonstrate how this solution improves security, simplifies access management, and enhances overall user experience. Now, without any delay, we'll quickly dive into the demo. Start by logging into the WIC Okta Tenants admin console. Navigate to Applications, select Applications, click on Create App Integration, choose OIDC as the sign-on method, and select the application type. Here our Okta falls under Web Application, so let us select Web Application. Scroll down and click on Next. In the General Setting tab, provide the application name here. I'll be naming it as Org2Org OIDC Integration. You can name it as per your convenience. Also provide the sign-in redirect URI, which I'll be providing after I configure IDP in CIC tenant. For assignments, choose Skip Group Assignments for now and click on Save. As you can see, client ID and client secret has been generated. With this client ID and client secret, let us configure IDP in the customer tenant. So now let us navigate to the customer tenant. Here navigate to Directory, select Groups, click on Add Group, name the group. Here I'll be naming it as IDP-employees. Click on Save. Now let us assign an application to this group. For that, click on IDP-employees group. Navigate to Applications. Click on Assign Applications. Click on Assign. Click on Done. Now let us add identity provider. For that, navigate to Security. Select Identity Provider. Click on Add Identity Provider and select OpenID IDP as the protocol and click on Next. This lets CIC Okta accept authentication from the external WIC Okta org using OIDC. Now let us name the IDP. Here I'll be naming it as Employees Tenant. For scopes, I have selected OpenID and typically also profile and email to get basic user information from the IDP. Now we need to paste the client ID and client secret values from the employees tenant. Now navigate to the employees tenant and copy the client ID. Paste it here. Now let us copy the client secret. Paste it here. Here we need to provide endpoints. This follows the standard Okta OIDC pattern and can be copied from the WIC Okta org. For that, navigate to employees tenant. Go to security. Click on API. Here click on the pencil icon. Click on the metadata URL. Here you can find all the endpoints. Let us copy the issuer URL. Paste it here. Now let us copy the authorization endpoint. Paste it here. Now let us copy the token endpoint. Paste it here. Now let us copy the JWKS URI. and paste it here. For the user info endpoint, let us copy the JWKS endpoint till v1 part and append user info at the end. Under authentication settings, the IDP username defines the user attribute received from the WIC tenant used for identification. The match against field specifies which user attribute in the CIC tenant Okta will compare to link or provision users correctly. You can even check the enable auto linking to link the account in the customer tenant if it is already present, but here we'll leave it as default. If there is no match, then it creates a new user in the customer tenant. Under JIT settings, enable update attribute for existing users. And for group assignments, choose assign to the specific group. Choose the IDP-employees group. Now let us click on finish. It is prompted with multi-factor authentication. Let me choose push notification. Now let me verify that it is me who's performing all these actions. Let me enter my password and click on verify. We are now done with the IDP configuration. Now let me copy the redirect URI and paste it in the employees tenant. Under general settings, click on edit. Paste it in the sign on redirect URI and click on save. To control which users are directed to this IDP, you may add a routing rule in CIC Okta. For that, navigate to routing rules. Click on add routing rule. Name the routing rule. Here I'll be naming it as IDP underscore employees underscore rule. For IDPs, choose the employees tenant IDP. Click on create rule. Now activate the rule. Once this is complete, SIG tenant will able to redirect users for authentication to WIC Okta tenant. Navigate to employees tenant to assign a user to the Org2Org OIDC integration app. Click on assignments. Click on assign. Click on assign to people. Here I'll be assigning to Pranay. Scroll down. Click on save and go back. Now click on done. We are assigning the user to test our integration. Now let's open a private tab. Navigate to the application URL. Click on login with Okta. This redirects us to the customer tenant's login page. Here, select the sign in with employees tenant option, which takes us to the employees tenant for authentication. Enter the username. Select TOTP as the authentication method. Enter the code. And then enter the password and click on verify. Once the login is successful, access to the Identity Bank application is granted. As you can see, our user can able to access the homepage of the application. In the backend, the user is automatically created in the customer tenant using just-in-time provisioning and added to the IDP-employees group, enabling appropriate access and permissions. We have now navigated to the customer tenant. Let's verify that the user has been created and added to the IDP-employees group. To do this, go to Directory, select Groups, and open the IDP-employees group. Since just-in-time provisioning is enabled, the user was automatically created at the time of login and added to the IDP-employees group as specified in the IDP configuration for assigning users from this IDP. This not only simplifies administration but also enhances security and efficiency in user management. Here comes the end to our demo. Thank you so much for watching this video. We would also love to connect with you on other platforms. Be sure to follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you never miss an update.